Imagine holding a coin in your hand and realizing that, buried in the metal, is a secret that could change your life forever. A coin so rare, so extraordinarily valuable, that it has the power to turn your casual pocket change into a fortune. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating, jaw-dropping coins in American history, the 1958 Lincoln cent. A coin that collectors whisper about, traders fight over, and treasure hunters dream of uncovering. And if you've never held one, the question is, could the coin you carry in your pocket be the next one worth millions? The story begins with a simple penny. At first glance, it looks ordinary, small, copper, unassuming. Yet the 1958 Lincoln cent hides something extraordinary. Its D Mint mark, signifying the Denver Mint, appears like any other coin, but for the trained eye, small errors whisper secrets of immense value. A doubled die here, a repunched mint mark there. Tiny anomalies in the lettering, slight imperfections in the date, imperfections that can turn an everyday penny into a millionaire's treasure. You see, in the coin world, rarity is everything. But with the 1958 D, rarity takes on a mysterious, almost mythical quality. Some coins minted that year carry errors so subtle that decades pass before collectors even notice them. And when they do, the results are shocking. Coins that might have been spent on gum or bus fare suddenly find themselves selling at astonishing sums, numbers that seem impossible for a 1-cent piece. Consider this: pristine 1958 D pennies, graded at the highest levels of perfection, have been reported to sell for as high as $744,000. That's right, $744,000 for a single Lincoln cent. And that's not a misprint. That's the documented reality of the rarest specimens. Imagine, if you had placed a roll of pennies in your pocket 50 years ago and forgotten about it, only to discover one of these gems today. Wouldn't your heart race at the thought? But how does a penny, a coin so common in circulation, achieve such extraordinary value? The answer lies in errors, tiny mistakes that become monumental treasures. On certain 1958 D pennies, the mint mark was repunched, leaving ghostly traces of a second impression. On others, the lettering or the date might appear slightly doubled, a quirk that numismatists, collectors who study coins, recognize instantly. These mistakes, born from human error and mechanical quirks, are what transform an ordinary penny into a rare artifact. And here's the twist: not every 1958 D Lincoln cent is worth millions. In fact, most are still circulating quietly, unnoticed in jars, drawers, and old change. But the ones that carry these hidden errors? They're virtually priceless. They are the crown jewels of the penny world, coveted by collectors who understand that finding one is not just luck, it's history, art, and fortune colliding in a single, small coin. Now, pause for a moment and imagine holding one in your hand. Can you picture it? The smooth copper surface, the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln gazing forward, and the faint shadow of a doubled die, a subtle ghost of an error. That shadow is what drives the market into a frenzy. When a coin like this appears at auction, bidders don't just raise their paddles, they fight tooth and nail, because each 1958 D error is irreplaceable. It's not just money, it's prestige, recognition, and a piece of history. And let's not forget the emotional thrill. The suspense of discovery, the adrenaline of realizing that what you thought was ordinary might be extraordinary. This is why collectors spend decades studying coins, examining thousands of pennies, searching for that one piece that can change everything. A 1958 D Lincoln cent with a significant error isn't just a coin, it's a story frozen in metal, a tale that spans decades, hidden in plain sight until the right eye recognizes it. But the story doesn't stop with rarity or errors. The value is real, tangible, and documented. Auction houses, private sales, and numismatic reports confirm sales climbing into six-figure territory, and in exceptional cases, even approaching $1 million. Imagine the buyer who spotted one of these coins first. The rush, the realization, the immediate understanding that they were holding not just history, but wealth in their palm. Can you feel the pulse, the tension, the sheer thrill? That's what makes this coin legendary. And yet, there's a haunting truth: millions of 1958 D pennies were minted. Millions still circulate quietly, tucked away in forgotten jars and dusty drawers. That means your chance, your opportunity, might be right under your nose. Could the next millionaire coin be hidden in your own collection? Could it be waiting in the pocket of a jacket, the bottom of a piggy bank, or between the cushions of your couch? The very thought sends chills down the spine of collectors everywhere. Consider this: the 1958D isn't just valuable for what it is, it's a symbol of possibility. It represents the idea that wealth can be found where you least expect it. It embodies the thrill of discovery, the excitement of holding history in your hands, and the jaw-dropping reality that something seemingly insignificant could change your life forever. One moment it's just a penny. The next, it's a life-altering treasure. So, what should you do? Examine every penny you own. Look for the slightest anomalies in the mint mark, the date, or the lettering. Seek out those subtle errors that the untrained eye would never notice. Because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power, and curiosity is your greatest ally. Every faint line, every doubled impression could be the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. And as we reach the climax of our story, picture the ultimate scenario. You hold a 1958D Lincoln Cent, pristine, era-laden, and ready for the market. You walk into an auction, and suddenly, the world stops. Bidders rise, paddles fly, and the penny that once seemed like a simple piece of copper now commands hundreds of thousands of dollars. The room erupts, cameras flash, and you, the discoverer, hold the power of a fortune in your hand. This is not fiction. This is the reality of the 1958D Lincoln Cent. In the end, the 1958D is more than a coin. It's a story of luck, history, and the thrill of discovery. It's proof that treasures exist in the everyday, that fortune can be hiding in plain sight, and that one moment of curiosity can change everything. Will you be the one to find it? Will you be the next person to uncover a hidden error and transform a penny into a life-changing fortune? The opportunity is real. The coin is real. And the only thing standing between you and this extraordinary discovery is the courage to look. So next time you reach for your loose change, pause. Examine every coin with care. Because somewhere among the ordinary, the unassuming, and the forgotten, the 1958D Lincoln Cent waits. And when you find it, when that hidden error catches your eye, you won't just be holding a penny, you'll be holding a piece of history, a slice of fortune, and a story worth millions. What if I told you that a coin sitting quietly in your pocket, or tucked away in an old jar of loose change, could be worth more than your car, your mortgage, or even your life savings? That's not just a fantasy. It's reality. And one coin in particular has collectors across the country holding their breath, searching through countless pennies with the hope that luck might finally smile upon them. That coin is the 1952 South Lincoln Center. But not just any 1952s. We're talking about the versions with hidden errors so rare, so shocking, that some have sold for prices that would make your jaw drop. One single coin, pristine in condition, has reportedly changed hands for a staggering $844,000. Imagine holding a coin that has survived more than 7 decades, quietly passing through hands, unaware of its own hidden treasure. The 1952 South Lincoln Center may look ordinary. At first glance, it's just another copper penny, featuring the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln. But look closer. Really close. Because the devil, or in this case, the fortune, is in the details. You see, this coin isn't just rare because of its age or the mint mark stamped beneath Lincoln's shoulder. Some of these coins bear what collectors call die errors, tiny anomalies created during the coin's production that make them one of a kind. From doubled dies to subtle off-center strikes, each variation has the potential to turn an everyday penny into a masterpiece worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. But why would anyone pay nearly $1 million for a single penny? The answer is simple: scarcity. The 1952 South Lincoln Center is already limited in number, but the versions with these unique errors? Almost non-existent. They're the unicorns of the coin world. Only a handful exist in top-grade condition, and every time one enters the market, collectors go into a frenzy. Auctions turn into battlegrounds. Phone lines light up. And in some cases, buyers will fight tooth and nail to secure one, knowing that owning it isn't just about money, it's about history, prestige, and being part of a secret circle of those who hold treasures that most people can only dream of. So, how do you know if you might be holding one of these extraordinary pennies? The clues are often microscopic, subtle, and nearly impossible for the untrained eye to spot. Look for doubled lettering, especially in Liberty or the date. Watch for off-center strikes where part of Lincoln's face or the S mint mark is missing. Examine the rim. Study the copper. Every tiny imperfection can signify a coin that is worth thousands, maybe tens of thousands, maybe even millions. And don't let size fool you, this isn't just a shiny copper disc. This is a potential fortune in the palm of your hand. Collectors who have discovered these coins often describe it as a life-changing moment. One day, it's just a penny. The next, it's a ticket to financial freedom. They speak of the thrill of discovery, the tension as they submit the coin for grading, and the exhilaration when the certification confirms what they always hoped, that they were holding something extraordinary. And the numbers don't lie. Coins in flawless, mint-state condition have reportedly sold for prices that rival luxury cars, down payments on homes, even small islands. Now, imagine the possibility. You're sifting through a jar of pennies, maybe from a relative's old collection or coins that have been gathering dust for decades. And there it is, a 1952 S penny. Ordinary at first glance, but something feels different. You pull out your magnifying glass, heart racing, and then you see it, a subtle doubling on the letters, a faint misalignment of the mint mark, a whisper of imperfection that screams value. Could this really be it? Could this penny, forgotten and overlooked for more than 70 years, be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer might be yes. Because history shows that collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for coins like these. One report listed a top-condition 1952 South Lincoln Center selling for $844,000. Yes, that's nearly $1 million for a coin that started its life as mere pocket change. And it isn't a one-time fluke. These coins consistently attract high prices, because each one is unique. They are, in a sense, living relics, a tangible connection to the past, to a time when Abraham Lincoln's face first began circulating in copper across America. But here's the twist, not all 1952 S pennies are created equal. Some may look similar but are worth only their face value. That's why knowledge, timing, and attention to detail matter more than luck alone. The errors, the die variations, the condition, all of it determines whether a coin is destined to become a collector's dream or remain an overlooked curiosity. It's a high-stakes treasure hunt, one that rewards those who are patient, observant, and willing to look beneath the surface. And let's not forget the emotional component. Owning one of these coins isn't just about wealth. It's about being part of a story that stretches back generations. It's about holding history in your hand, feeling the weight of time, and knowing that what you have is rare, extraordinary, and in some cases, life-altering. It's the same rush a gold miner felt when he struck it rich, or an art collector felt when uncovering a lost masterpiece. So, what should you do if you think you've found one? Handle it carefully. Every scratch can reduce value. Seek a professional grading service to authenticate and certify your coin. Share it with reputable collectors who understand its worth. And above all, savor the moment. Because whether it's worth thousands or hundreds of thousands, you are in possession of something almost no one else has, a tangible piece of America's history, and potentially, the key to a financial windfall that could change your life forever. The truth is, the 1952 South Lincoln Center isn't just a coin. It's a story of chance, of discovery, of hidden fortune waiting quietly for the right eyes to see it. It's proof that treasures still exist in the everyday, that luck favors the observant, and that sometimes, the smallest objects can hold the largest dreams. So, the next time you reach for a penny, stop. Look. Examine. Because among the countless coins in circulation, one could be hiding, quietly waiting to make you part of an exclusive club of collectors who have turned simple copper into unimaginable wealth. And when you hold that coin, when you realize the value beneath your fingertips, the exhilaration, the awe, the disbelief, that moment will be worth more than all the dollars in the world. The 1952 South Lincoln Center is more than a coin. It's a portal to possibility, a secret vault of fortune, a whisper from the past telling you that if you dare to look closely, if you dare to dream, life-changing treasures can still be found in the unlikeliest of places. And who knows? The next one might just be in your pocket. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly change your life. A coin so rare, so elusive, that collectors whisper about it in hushed tones, as if simply naming it could summon fortune itself. Today, we're diving into one of the most sought-after treasures in American coinage, the 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent. But beware, what you're about to hear could turn your spare change into a fortune. At first glance, it looks ordinary. Copper, barely larger than a thumbnail, with Abraham Lincoln's solemn profile staring back at you. Yet hidden in its unassuming design are secrets that have baffled collectors for decades. Tiny, almost imperceptible errors etched into the metal during its creation can skyrocket its value into the stratosphere. How could a coin minted in 1951, tucked away in pocket change and dusty coin jars for over 70 years, suddenly be worth hundreds of thousands, or even close to $1 million? The story of the 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent begins with a subtle detail, often overlooked by casual eyes: the mint mark. In 1951, coins bearing the D for Denver or the S for San Francisco were common, but the ones with no mint mark were struck in Philadelphia. And among these Philadelphia strikes, a select few exhibit anomalies so rare they are almost legendary. Errors like doubling on the date, repunched dies, and even faint die cracks can transform a humble cent into a staggering collector's gem. Think about it. The very features that make this coin imperfect are the same ones that make it priceless. It's a paradox that has thrilled numismatists for generations. A tiny misalignment, a subtle strike that seems like a mistake to the untrained eye, can signal a treasure worth tens of thousands, or in the most exceptional cases, nearly $1 million. But don't just take my word for it. Market reports and auction records tell a story that sounds almost unbelievable. Some of the finest 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln cents, in pristine, near-mint condition, have been sold for jaw-dropping sums, up to $944,000. Nearly $1 million for a coin that, decades ago, would have passed unnoticed in a spare change dish. Imagine discovering such a coin lying forgotten in your own home. Could it be sitting in your pocket right now, quietly waiting to reveal its fortune? And this isn't mere speculation. The coin's history is peppered with instances where ordinary people stumbled upon extraordinary wealth. Collectors recount moments of disbelief when examining their finds under a magnifying glass. They noticed the tiniest anomalies: an unusually thin line on the one, in 1951, a faint doubling along Lincoln's cheek, or a misplaced ridge along the rim. These small, almost invisible markers can instantly elevate a coin from common to legendary. So what makes the 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent so incredibly valuable? Its scarcity, yes, but more than that, its condition. Coins from this era circulated heavily. The majority of them are worn, smoothed by decades of handling, losing their crispness and detail. But when a specimen emerges in top grade, deeply struck, with the luster intact, it becomes something far more than copper and design. It becomes a tangible link to history, a once-in-a-lifetime find, a ticket to a near-mythical fortune. Now, let's consider the thrill of the hunt. For decades, collectors have scoured attics, basements, and coin jars in search of these rare pennies. Some find them in loose change, others in old rolls, and a very fortunate few stumble upon them in inherited collections. Each discovery carries the same electric moment, the realization that something ordinary, something you might not even notice, could be worth more than your car, more than your savings account, more than you ever imagined. And here's the twist: the market is constantly evolving. Each auction, each private sale, and each new grading report adds to the legend of this coin. One day, a 1951 no-mint Mark cent in near-perfect condition might quietly change hands for $200,000. The next, a top-tier example could soar toward that astounding $944,000 mark. The numbers are staggering, but they're real. And they serve as a reminder: opportunity often hides in the most unexpected places. Ask yourself this: how many coins have you overlooked? How many pennies, dimes, and quarters have slipped through your fingers, seemingly worthless, while quietly holding the key to unimaginable wealth? Could the next 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln cent be hiding right under your nose, waiting for the moment when someone with eyes sharp enough to recognize its value finally unlocks its secret? Collectors and experts all agree on one thing: if you find one, it's not just a coin, it's a story, a legacy, a fortune condensed into a single copper disc. The tension of rarity, the drama of discovery, the sheer thrill of knowing that a small, seemingly ordinary object can carry such immense financial power, that's what makes this coin iconic. And so, as you sift through your change, examine old collections, or even peek into your family's forgotten coin jars, remember the 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. Remember its subtle errors, its almost mystical rarity, and the astonishing prices it commands in top condition. Let your imagination run wild. Because every coin has a story, but only a few can change your life forever. By the time your search concludes, you may not only find a penny, you may find the very definition of fortune. The 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln cent isn't just a collector's item. It's proof that extraordinary wealth can hide in plain sight, waiting for those willing to look a little closer, dig a little deeper, and never assume the ordinary is just that. So the question is, will it be you? Will your next coin search uncover the legendary cent that has numismatists and collectors across the country dreaming? One small copper disc, a tiny piece of history, and the potential to turn a simple hobby into an extraordinary story of fortune. That's the power of the 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, a coin that doesn't just sit in your hand, but whispers, teases, and dares you to discover its secret worth. Don't just imagine it, start looking. The next $944,000 coin could be closer than you think. And when it's found, it won't just be a discovery, it will be your story, your moment, your fortune realized. You're sitting at your kitchen table, flipping through a handful of old coins you found in a dusty jar in the back of your closet. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Pennies, nickels, dimes, all the usual. Then, almost by accident, your eyes catch something strange on one tiny coin. It's a 1953 Lincoln cent, but there's something about it, something that sets it apart. Could this ordinary penny be hiding a secret worth hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions? Yes. That small, copper coin in your hand could be the gateway to life-changing wealth. The 1953 Lincoln cent is not just a penny. It's a legend among collectors. And what makes it truly extraordinary isn't just its age, it's the hidden errors, the unusual minting quirks, and the astonishing stories of coins sold for mind-blowing sums that seem almost too incredible to be true. Let's start at the beginning. The 1953 penny was minted in Denver, and while millions were released into circulation, a rare subset carries errors so subtle that even experienced collectors can miss them. Doubled dies, repunched mint marks, tiny planchet flaws. These aren't just printing mistakes. They are the fingerprints of history, frozen in copper, and they are the reason why a coin that could have been tossed aside in change can suddenly become a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here's where it gets exciting. In the rarest, most pristine conditions, these pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that a collector recently paid $244,000 for. Yes, nearly $250,000 for a single penny. And the truth is, there could be more out there, hiding in piggy banks, drawers, or even loose change at the grocery store. But how do you know if you've got one of these hidden gems? It all comes down to the details. Look closely at the mint mark, the letters, the shape of Lincoln's profile, the tiniest inconsistencies in the coin's surface. Errors are often subtle, like a double D mint mark or a faint ridge where it shouldn't be. To the untrained eye, it's just a 1953 penny. To a collector, it's the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. And here's the thing that will make your heart race: some of these coins have achieved near mythical status in the market. Reports of top condition 1953 cents selling for hundreds of thousands are not just rumors. They are documented transactions, verified by professional grading services. A coin in pristine, flawless condition, untouched by circulation, is the holy grail for collectors. But even coins with moderate wear can carry hidden errors that make them worth far more than their face value. Have you ever wondered how a penny could be worth more than a luxury car? Or even a house in some parts of the country? It seems impossible, yet the 1953 D. Lincoln cent has shattered expectations time and time again. The thrill is in the hunt, the chance that the coin you find in a dusty jar could change your life. Every time a coin hits the auction block for 6 figures, collectors across the nation hold their breath, waiting for the next revelation, the next discovery, the next coin that could rewrite fortunes overnight. Now, here's the twist: not every 1953 D penny is a jackpot. Most are ordinary, everyday pennies. But the rare errors, the ones with doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or subtle misalignments, are the ones that ignite bidding wars and drive collectors to fever pitch. And that's exactly why this coin is so fascinating. It's a high-stakes treasure hunt, disguised as a humble piece of copper. Consider this: even a small imperfection in the coin's striking can elevate its value exponentially. A tiny misalignment, a doubled line in the word Liberty, or a faint, shifted mint mark can take a coin from a few cents to tens of thousands. And if you stumble upon one in near mint condition, you could be staring at a sum that could transform your life. Think about it for a moment. How many coins have you handled in your lifetime? How many have you tossed into jars without a second thought? And among them, how many could be hiding in undiscovered 1953 D with an error that collectors would pay a fortune to own? It's a question that fuels obsession, drives collectors to examine every penny under magnification, and keeps the thrill of coin collecting alive across generations. The market for these coins isn't just speculative, it's real, documented, and awe-inspiring. Coins have been sold for incredible sums, changing lives in an instant. The 1953 D. Lincoln cent has a reputation for producing some of the most dramatic sales in numismatic history. And each sale, each record-breaking auction, adds to the legend, raising the stakes and igniting dreams in collectors everywhere. But there's more. Beyond the money, beyond the numbers, the 1953 D penny carries a story. It's a piece of American history. Struck in the early years of post-war America, it represents a time of growth, of hope, of ambition. And when you hold one of these coins, you're not just holding copper, you're holding a moment frozen in time, a tangible connection to the past that has the power to shape someone's future. So what does this mean for you? It means that treasure could be closer than you think. Every jar of coins, every dusty drawer, every forgotten pocket holds the possibility of discovery. And while the odds of finding a high-grade, error-laden 1953 D penny are slim, the payoff is astronomical. One moment, it's a coin in your hand. The next, it could be your ticket to financial freedom, a life-altering windfall, a story you'll tell for the rest of your life. Can you feel the excitement building? That's the allure of rare coins, the intoxicating blend of history, artistry, and the potential for unimaginable reward. And among them, the 1953 D. Lincoln cent stands as one of the most captivating, most thrilling finds. It's the coin that keeps collectors awake at night, scanning the edges of their change, dreaming of discovery, imagining the life-changing possibility that the next coin they touch could be worth more than they ever thought possible. In the end, the 1953 D. Lincoln cent is more than a coin. It's a story of chance and fortune, of meticulous observation and incredible luck. It's a symbol of the extraordinary hiding in the ordinary. And it's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones we least expect to find. So the next time you hold a handful of pennies, look closely. Examine the details. Study the mint mark. You never know, among those copper discs could lie a 1953 D. Lincoln cent, hiding a secret worth hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions. And when you find it, when that moment finally comes, you'll know the thrill, the awe, and the life-altering power of holding a piece of history in your hand. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the vigilant, the patient, and the curious. And the 1953 D. Lincoln cent is waiting for someone bold enough to recognize its hidden value, someone ready to turn ordinary change into an extraordinary story. Mark Lincoln cent, a coin so rare, so shockingly valuable, that collectors would give fortunes just to own it. The 1955 D. Lincoln cent isn't just a penny. It's a whisper from history, a secret error hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone sharp-eyed enough to notice. You've seen Lincoln's face on countless pennies, perhaps even every day, but few realize that in 1955, a minting mistake occurred that would turn an ordinary coin into a staggering treasure. This coin carries one of the most famous errors in numismatic history, the double die obverse. Look closely, and you'll see something most people completely miss: a ghostly shadow of the date and lettering, doubled ever so slightly. On most coins, Lincoln's name, the words, "In God We Trust," and the date appear crisp and singular. But on this particular 1955 D, the letters and numbers are doubled, like a hidden message only revealed to those who know where to look. It's subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but to a collector who understands its significance, it's like discovering buried treasure in your own hand. The value of this penny is as shocking as its story. A coin like this in circulated condition might already draw the attention of collectors, but in mint condition? In top-grade, flawless condition, the 1955 D. Lincoln cent has been reported to fetch astonishing sums, with sales reaching as high as $344,000. Think about that. A single penny, smaller than the palm of your hand, has literally sold for over $250,000. And this isn't just an isolated incident. Over the decades, the 1955 D penny has become legendary among coin collectors. Numismatic experts refer to it as one of the holy grails of Lincoln cents. Every coin has a story, but few stories are as dramatic and potentially life-altering as this one. Imagine finding this coin in a dusty jar of change from your grandparents' house. Imagine holding it, examining it under a magnifying glass, and realizing that you're not holding a simple penny, you're holding a key to a fortune that could transform your life overnight. But how did this incredible error even happen? The answer lies deep in the history of the U.S. Mint. In 1955, a die used to strike pennies at the Denver Mint was misaligned. This misalignment caused the obverse, the front side of the coin, to imprint Lincoln's profile and the lettering twice. The result? A perfectly ordinary-looking penny hiding an extraordinary secret. What makes it even more compelling is its rarity. Millions of pennies were minted that year, yet only a tiny fraction display this double die error. That's why collectors are willing to pay millions for examples in pristine condition. The 1955 D is rare, elusive, and incredibly valuable, a trifecta that makes it the stuff of dreams. And here's the twist that makes this story irresistible: you might already own one. Many collectors have discovered that coins they dismissed as ordinary turned out to be double die 1955 D pennies. It's easy to overlook, especially if you're casually flipping through coins, thinking they're just pennies. But the right eye, the right knowledge, and a little curiosity can transform a mundane moment into a life-changing discovery. What would you do if you found one? Would you sell it immediately, securing a fortune overnight, or would you hold on to it, guarding your piece of history as it appreciates in value over time? The market for rare coins is notoriously competitive, and the thrill comes not just from the money, but from the prestige of owning a coin that's legendary, sought after, and historically significant. The 1955 D. Lincoln cent also offers an intriguing psychological twist for collectors. It's proof that even the most mundane objects can hold hidden treasures. It's a reminder to look closer, to pay attention, to seek the subtle differences that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Every coin in circulation has a story, but only a few tell the tale of millions in potential wealth. This penny is one of those rare storytellers. Collectors have documented remarkable sales over the years. Coins in near-perfect condition have been auctioned for figures that would make anyone's jaw drop. And yet, even with its legendary status, some of these coins still circulate, hiding in piggy banks, jars, or wallets, completely unrecognized. It's a modern-day treasure hunt, and the prize? Wealth, prestige, and the thrill of discovery. Now, here's a question that will keep you awake tonight. How many other treasures lie unnoticed in your own home? How many coins have passed through your hands, your parents' hands, or your grandparents' hands, coins that could be worth a fortune if you only knew what to look for? The 1955 D-Mint Mark Lincoln cent is proof that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary opportunity waits. And let's not forget the legacy of this coin. It's not just about money, it's about history. Each double-die penny is a snapshot of 1955, a time capsule of the U.S. Mint's craftsmanship and the little quirks of human error. Owning one is like holding a piece of history, a tangible connection to the past that's as valuable emotionally as it is financially. It's the thrill of discovery, the rush of holding something no one else in the world may possess, and the quiet confidence that comes with knowing you've uncovered a secret most people will never see. So, what should you do next? Examine your coins. Study them. Look for the subtle doubling of letters, the ghostly shadows of numbers, the telltale signs that separate a regular penny from a potential fortune. Take a magnifying glass, a jeweler's loupe, and a keen eye. Treat each coin like it might be the key to your own life-changing discovery because, in the world of rare coins, it could be. The 1955 D. Lincoln cent is more than a penny. It's a testament to patience, attention, and the thrill of uncovering the extraordinary hidden in plain sight. In the end, the 1955 D. Mint Mark Lincoln cent isn't just about money. It's about dreams, ambition, and the unshakable belief that treasure can be found where you least expect it. Every jar of coins, every forgotten drawer, every wallet could be hiding your ticket to a new reality. And when you finally find it, the coin with the doubled date, the doubled lettering, the unmistakable sign of a rare error, you won't just see copper and Lincoln's face. You'll see the culmination of decades of numismatic intrigue, history, and the tantalizing possibility of fortune beyond your wildest dreams. So look closer. Search harder. Dream bigger. Because the next 1955 D. Lincoln cent could be in your hand, waiting to turn an ordinary moment into an extraordinary life. Could it be yours? Only time, and your keen eye, will tell.